Yeah.
Okay. Hey, how we doing?
Yeah. They're doing New York City also, but this is not. Yep. For you. Yeah, I called Mary. They're working on it. It's a bit of a problem, but.
Recording in progress.
Madam Chair, we are recording.
Good afternoon. Today is February 27th of 2026. Your meeting in regards to the Bed Tax Committee meeting. I will go ahead and ask the mayor to take roll.
Certainly. For Friday, February 27th. Button?
Here.
Ms. Black? Here. Amy is absent. Bernita Skips?
Here.
Jerry Lumberner?
Here.
Raven Riddle?
Here.
Chair Reed?
Here. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
Move to have the agenda approved.
Any discussion? Does anyone oppose? Say aye. Can I get a motion to approve minutes from February 23rd, 2026?
I want to approve the motion. Yes. Need a second.
Can I get a motion to approve the unfinished business for February 23rd, 2026?
Sorry, Madam Chair. We need to make sure that we call a vote on the approval of minutes.
Oh, yes. Let's see, could I have the vote? Anyone say aye?
Aye.
Can I get a motion to approve unfinished business from February 23rd, 2026?
Actually, that brings us to item number 4A, presentations from grant applicants.
Point of order real quick, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be difficult here, but our code is very specific that the mayor may not participate at all in this meeting. And I'm sorry, it's nothing personal, and I'm not trying to be disruptive, but our code is very specific on that.
Okay, thank you. The mayor, if you'd like to step back, you can.
Actually, I'd like to see the code where it does say that the mayor cannot participate as the clerk during a presentation. It does say that all council members are committee members and may attend vote. And I understand. Thank you, Mr. Rolfe. I do have a conflict of interest as I am a board member with FEDC, which I will not discuss or vote when it comes to.
That's not how that
anything.
works, Larry. That is not how that works. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm trying to make sure this goes smooth so we don't have to do this again. You may not participate whatsoever according to our code. Our code is our law.
I understand that,
By law,
Mr.
you may
Brandt.
not participate in this meeting.
I understand that, Mr. Branton. By reaching out from the crowd, you are also breaking our code.
I called point of order that it's not breaking the code.
But please, show me where I cannot participate and where that's a conflict of interest that would not allow me to be here, sir. And if it was an issue, I wish you would have brought it up before we got into a committee meeting, but I
brought it up
appreciate
last
that.
meeting. I emailed the chair. I've done everything proper. I'm sorry, I did send you an email this afternoon. I'm not sure if you got it.
What email did you send it to?
The email that's on record, A. Reed at North Pole Hotel.
When did you send it?
Yeah, would you mind looking real quick, just so we can clear it up and move on?
Brief it easy.
But we don't care either way, just let's sort it out so we move on.
Yeah, so our code is very specific that if you are on a board of one of the applicants, you may not be on a member of the committee.
Okay.
And as council members, we are allowed to be on the committee, but since he is on the board, and like I said, it's nothing personal, I'm not trying to be difficult, I just want to follow our laws so we don't have to do this again.
Okay, through the chair, we understand your point of interest there, but at this point, because the clerk was unavailable to be here tonight,
The clerk's not required to be in the committee meetings. The chair is responsible for all the clerk duties during a committee meeting. It's different than council meetings.
okay, so with that being said, there's also a variable that was also done new since I left council that has to do with, this is a different type of meeting, and you guys are making it where, I don't call the code on point right now. But with that being said, you changed that point of how the meeting would be ran, okay?
How's that?
So it's kind of hard to make sure that we can do this and get this meeting taken care of.
It's really simple. All of you up there can run the meeting.
Well, and that's what we're trying to do. You said that he's not supposed to be in there. Can you find in code, please, where that's at?
I read it in the last meeting. Where is it? 1.09.025, I believe. Committee members may not serve on a board or have a controlling interest in any of the organizations applying to the city of North Pole Bed Tax Fund.
What's the code on that?
4.
Excuse me, for what?
4.09.025 7A1.
Try that one more time and do it slow.
4.09.025 7A
A as an apple?
yes,
Okay.
1.
Mine,
Seven,
is
eight.
it ready to pull up on the screen or something or someone?
I'm working on it, yes, sir.
All right, thanks.
Again,
No,
I'm sorry for this. I just want to make sure that we don't have to.
don't apologize,
Yeah.
let's just sort it out, so move on. Mr. Brandt, we're here because we didn't
Management.
follow the protocol the first time, so don't apologize, let's sort it out, so move on.
One more time with that section of code, please, sorry.
4.09.025 or 025 7A1. I mean, the easiest thing to do, Larry, would just admit that you may not participate in the meeting and let us get on with it.
Let's just look it up.
Yeah.
It says right there, committee members may not serve on a board or have controlling interest in any of the organizations applying for bed tax funds.
And you are on the board of FEDC.
I am an ex officio member on
Of the
FEDC.
board, you are a board member of FEDC.
Current?
Yes.
Correct, yes, yes.
You're current?
I am, yes, sir. I'm an ex officio member.
Okay.
Correct. Yep.
Yes, he just, yes. And at this point, he's also saying that when it comes time for us to look at that, he's gonna excuse himself.
So that's not how it works. It doesn't work that he may participate in anything other than FEDC. It specifically says that committee members may not be on the board. It doesn't say that he cannot that he has to recuse himself only from voting on FEDC stuff. He may not be a committee member, period. And as council members, we are ex officio committee members also. So him being here, he can be here as a member of the audience, he just may not speak.
Okay, I will not speak at all during this meeting, other than as the clerk to handle the business of this committee. Is that acceptable, Councilman Brandt?
That is not because I'm sorry, again, this is our code.
Don't be sorry.
The chair is responsible for.
Would you mind coming up to the mic so that we can
No,
record this?
I'm fine.
Okay.
The chair is responsible for, the clerk does not attend committee meetings. The chair does the work of the clerk in committee meetings.
Councilman
I
Brandt?
just want to make sure that we don't have to come back.
If I may just state real quickly, since this is there someone else here who would run these computers and pop in the presentations and do the cameras appropriately so that we can have it recorded?
Again, on our code, committee meetings don't need to be recorded.
So I get your point, but I also said, none of us would be here if he didn't line this up, so I don't know how we fix this problem.
The problem is he can be here, he just can't talk.
Yeah, he agreed,
Yeah.
but he wasn't gonna speak.
You just said that.
He just said he's not talking.
Okay.
So if that's the concern, it has
So,
not been taken care of.
I am a complete idiot when it comes to this, and I don't know what to do.
We need the order.
I need someone to tell me like how it goes.
So she's
That's
getting
it.
ready to
And I
go back
understand there
and
could be
read
some
the check.
influence there, I understand that.
Okay.
I'm trying to exclude that as best as I can.
Madam Chair, that means at this point you will be the one asking for the vote, and you will be going ahead and doing the aspect of the council that she would be doing here.
Yes, of course.
So if you can do that, and the mayor will not be speaking at all.
Yes, of course. He'll just move with computers.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
All right,
Moving
and
forward.
slide into
I
the,
100% get your point.
That's perfect, thank you.
okay, so that's been taken care of. Can we move forward?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now, let's begin with the first presentation. Could I get a motion to approve the presentations from the 2025 grant applications?
Yeah, I approve the motion.
Thank you. We can begin with Fairbanks Economic Development Corporation. If you could please step up. Thank you. I would like to remind everybody that the 10 minutes do include the presentation and questions. I will set a timer whenever they come up.
I got a question. Let me see, last time we was in here, Joe came up and spoke and nobody else did. Are we on extended time on everybody or what?
No.
No, we're not, we're trying to cancel out that first meeting on the aspect of what he spoke on, because what I saw, excuse me.
I didn't speak.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't see
I can wave, I can do all this.
Something going on there. So what I'm saying is this. The way that was brought up, he was trying to do a clarity.
He spoke.
Yeah, no, he spoke. But
Everybody
that's not
has
what
a
I'm
fair 10 minutes
saying. Okay,
per
that's not what
code.
we're saying.
This is a clean slate.
Yeah, ready to 10 minutes start over.
No,
Right.
that's not how that works. He already had additional minutes that others didn't have. It's per code. You should review the code prior to having these, not in the order that you have it. Because you're violating code.
You know, for that factor, would it be possible for you to cut down your presentation to 5 minutes?
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Will that take care of the problem? I think so.
Well,
So
I'm not a
before-
committee member, so I can't
So
make
that means
that.
everybody's gonna get 15 minutes, right?
Beg your pardon?
If you're gonna cut his down to 5 minutes right now, that means everybody
Yes.
that come up is gonna get 15 minutes, right?
That's what we'll try to do. If you got a 15-minute
10 plus 5,
presentation.
he's doing 5 right now. 10
No,
plus.
but he's taking away. He's
I'm
taking
taking
away
away the time frame that he spoke
from mine.
from last meeting.
So that,
Let's proceed with the presentations.
Thank you.
Thank you. You may begin.
Great.
So 5 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. I'll take that. Hi. Okay, so good evening, everybody. I'm Joe Stewart. I'm the president. I have the honor, actually, of being the president of your Fairbanks Economic Development Corporation. So I did bring a presentation. It's only been very, very slightly modified from the one that was delivered last fall. But if I may, we'll just go ahead and start flipping through these. So on the second page, you'll see, again, just a list of our projects and initiatives. groups. FEDC does a whole bunch of things around the community all the time, every day. But there's some things I just wanted to highlight to you as far as our operations and kind of what our plans are. Now, of course, whenever I start these presentations, I always like to start with giving a big shout of thanks to the people that make all of this possible at FEDC, and that is our investors and grantors. Thank you very much. You are one of them. And I'd like to actually highlight our newest investor, which is North Rim Bank. And so we're really glad to have them on board. Of course, our board of directors, which does include, as you've noted, Mr. Mayor Turch, and of course, my magnificent staff. Again, I get all the, I do these presentations and I get a lot of the attaboys, but really it's them who do the work, and I like to give credit where credit is due. So I'd like to focus on what I call the Big Six, which is really just focus on some, tightly focus on a few things that are with a really big initiatives for 2025, and then we're going to be moving forward into 2026. So of course there was the Arbor. We worked very hard over the course of 2020, actually we considered it for years, but very hard over 2025 to achieve designation as the communities in the regions, Alaska Regional Development Organization, to have that transferred from the FNSB, and we did successfully achieve that and received that designation as of December 6th. We are, of course, already working on it. We did last year the community's comprehensive economic development strategy. Our community has one. FEDC is the operating arm of the borough and the communities to try to implement those recommendations and requests that are baked into that. And we also help administer the drafting and the redrafting of that to keep it fresh. And so in 2025, we were actually the project manager and the entity for the 2025 update. We're going to be the administrator and are actually already starting work on the 2026 update, and we're going to be turning our minds at the end of the year to the full rewrite of the 5-year sets, because the one we're operating under now is 2022 to 2027, and so we're going to be working on that. We also do an annual economic report where we try to take a holistic look at the community's economy so that you as policymakers can make good decisions based on good data. And we've been doing that the last several years. You see pictures of the cover page for the 2025 economic report. We're already beginning the work on the 2026 report, which is going to start with the 2026 Business Climate Survey. And so again, we're actually having our kickoff meeting next week, and so that should be coming to you very soon, actually within the spring, with the larger report coming later on this summer, early fall. We also run, in partnership with a great community partners, the Alaska Interior Business Accelerator. Which is what it sounds. It's an 8-week course, or 8-week class, hyper condensed, essentially a 101 on how to successfully start a new business. Things like you'll need to keep books. We bring a lawyer and tell you all the different business structures you can apply under for the state of Alaska, because you will need to operate a business in the state of Alaska, as well as in the different communities within our own community. So we are actually at our 9th cohort. It's going to be starting on March 17th. We are partnering with the North Pole North Pole Chamber of Commerce, because forever and a day it was only held in person down in Core Fairbanks. We thought that was a bit restrictive, and we wanted to make it more accessible across our community. So the preceding fall, we had tested a Zoom option so that people could log in on really cold or snowy days. And now, as of last fall, we are using the North Pole Welcoming Center as a second satellite site, so that the students can get the benefit of both the instruction, we can have the efficiency of instruction delivery, but they can have the benefit of the network that comes around being able to be with other accelerants. And so we're looking forward to that. It's been an incredibly successful program. The Alaska Defense Force, of course, a third of our economy in this community, in the FNSB, is the military. It's why we work so hard on keeping good relations with them. And every year, the largest annual defense forum in the state of Alaska, we help co-host that. Finally, as far as North Pole specific, of course, the housing group, we did come up with, over the course of 2025, an action plan to help get at that issue. We have given it to the cities, and so where those are already starting to be implemented. In fact, the borough's tax break flows from this. And then finally, North Pole specific efforts, things like the second physical site, working to establish some Air Force Base tours, keeping North Pole top of mind across the community on housing discussions and other ones, promotion of North Pole events.
Your timer's up, thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it coming out.
If anyone has a question on the Arbor.
That was time for questions as well. I apologize, thank you for your.
Oh, those are good questions too. Oh, okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Joe.
Thank you.
Who's next?
We will now proceed questions as well.
When we're 10 minutes per code. Sorry, Chair.
Less than kids, 5 to max 5 months.
Pretty good.
Good evening, members of the committee. My name is Caitlin Poirier, and I serve as the event lead and committee chair for the North Pole Grange Independence Day celebration. Thank you for the opportunity to present tonight. We are respectfully requesting $11,500 in bed tax funding to support our 2026 Independence Day celebration, which will mark the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. For our community, this year feels different. It's a once-in-a-generation milestone. May I go?
Keep going, we'll follow.
North Pole Grange Number 6 is a nonprofit, volunteer-led organization with deep roots in this community. Our hall has served as a gathering place for decades, and since 2021, we've proudly hosted the city's Independence Day celebration. We are 100% volunteer-led. We have no paid staff. Bed tax funding is not supporting salaries, it is directly enhancing visitor experience and event quality. We can go to the next slide. Over the past 3 years, with prior bed tax support, we have ensured a more professional sound, expanded vendor participation, improved staging and coordination, increased overall event quality, and each year the event has grown in professionalism and regional visibility. We are not starting from scratch. We are building on something that is proven successful. In 2026, the nation will celebrate America 250. Communities across the country will elevate their Independence Day events. This presents an opportunity to position North Pole as a 4th of July destination during this historic weekend. This is our chance to elevate the scale and visibility of our event. The Independence Day celebration is strategically scheduled to coordinate with the Santa Senior Center Pancake Breakfast and the North Pole 4th of July Parade. Our goal is simple: create a full-day citywide experience that encourages visitors to stay longer, explore more, and spend locally. When visitors attend multiple events in one day, they are more likely to purchase food, shop with vendors, visit local businesses, and potentially stay overnight. This is exactly the purpose of bed tax funding. This event is supported by local musicians, artisans and vendors, nonprofits, volunteer traffic and safety teams, and the Grange is providing the grounds, planning infrastructure, and coordination. Bed tax funding strengthens a community-led investment that is already deeply supported. I'd like to briefly highlight the economic impact component. Behind every booth and every stage setup is a local business or volunteer who benefits. There are really two ways this event supports the local economy. First, it directly supports local businesses and organizations. We hire the musicians, we work with the local sound providers, we rent the tents and sanitation equipment, vendors make the sales, nonprofits raise funds. That's real money staying here in North Pole. The second, there's a broader impact. When we coordinate multiple events in one day, people stay longer. And when people stay longer, they're more likely to buy gas, eat at local restaurants, shop in town, or even book a room for the night. The longer people spend time here, the more money they spend. This event is intentionally structured to align with the purpose of bed tax funding, promoting tourism and local economic activity. For 2026, we are setting measurable goals. We are hoping to increase vendor participation by 20%, expanding regional advertising reach and improving traffic management and tracking attendance growth more intentionally. Our goal is to position this as one of the Interior Alaska's premier small town Independence Day festivals. The requested $11,500 will fund stage and lawn preparation, professional sound and MC services, advertising and reusable signage, tents, tables, and seating, and sanitation and family activity support. 100% of these funds are allocated towards event production and visitor experience. So the bed tax funding is crucial to our success. Without the funding, advertising reach would be reduced, professional staging would scale back, and regional visibility would shrink. However, with the funding, North Pole strengthens its position as a coordinated Independence Day destination. The Grange is actively working towards expanding our grounds, improving infrastructure, increasing parking capacity, and a larger vendor footprint. This event serves as the cornerstone for broader tourism-oriented programming year-round. This grant supports that momentum. When we step back though, this event is more than a celebration. At its core, the event brings people together, but it's designed thoughtfully, not accidentally. It reflects the spirit of North Pole, welcoming, family-centered, and community-driven, while also contributing to our local economy. For these reasons, the North Pole Grange respectfully requests $11,500 in bed tax funding. This investment supports a nationally significant 250th anniversary year, a coordinated citywide tourism experience, measurable economic impact, and responsible stewardship of public funds. We've put a great deal of thought into making this event both meaningful and economically responsible, and we are committed to the measurable growth, fiscal responsibility, and collaboration with city partners. Thank you for your time and consideration, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
I do have a question for you.
Yes.
So, per North Pole Charter 4.09.025, if I'm saying that correctly, it says that the costs of the money allocated could not go towards entertainment costs or alcoholic and beverages. With that being said, it seems like a majority of this money would go towards entertainment.
Not necessarily. So when looking at that entertainment line item, I would like to get some more clarification on what exactly is the meaning of entertainment, because in IRS code and business code, it means wining and dining clients. That's not necessarily what we're talking about. We're talking about throwing an event for the community and having the bands, having an MC lead the event is what we're looking for, not necessarily just taking care of clients.
Thank you for the clarification. Any other questions?
It says you're trying to acquire land.
We are talking about potentially, once this event grows bigger than what the Grange can handle, we've talked about moving it to Newbury Park once that's built. So we've got plenty of options to have growth in the future.
Any other thoughts?
Other questions for me?
If you looked at your presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's next?
Yes, we will now proceed to the Literary Council. If you could please step forward and provide your presentation.
Does anyone here from the Literary Council? It's not.
Okay. If since they are not present, we will move forward. We will then be moving towards the Interior Alaska American Legion Post 99. If you'd like to step forward.
I do have some handouts for you because I'm not sure, Madam Chair, if you received my email address, my email. Were you able to share it with all the members?
I was not, but if you'd like to hand it up.
May I do that? So if you don't mind taking one and passing it down, those ones are stapled. These are not collated. I'm sorry, I just got these printed. So I'll hand them to you afterwards if that's okay, to be respectful of everyone's time. Thank you. Sorry, I get off work at 4:30 every day, and so it's hard to get here quickly. Chair, and committee members. My name is Amanda Jones, and I have the pleasure of serving as Interior Alaska American Legion Post 99's commander. Post 99 is a veteran service organization dedicated to serving veterans, their families, and our community. Thank you for the opportunity to share about this veteran service organization I am so passionate about. Today I'm asking for your support in awarding bed tax grant funds for a project that will strengthen our community, boost our local economy, encourage tourism, and honor our veterans in a meaningful way. We are seeking $30,000 of the $143,000 available, and I'll clearly explain how our project directly aligns with the purpose of these funds, promoting tourism and strengthening local economic activity in North Pole. As you know, the Veterans Affairs Cemetery will bring a steady flow of visitors to our region. Families, honor guards, veterans organizations, and out-of-town guests will travel here year-round to attend services, pay respects, and participate in commemorative events. Many of these visitors will be unfamiliar with our community and unsure where to dine, shop, stay, or find services. We are creating a brochure for families traveling to the new Solcha Veterans Cemetery. This brochure will highlight North Pole businesses, restaurants, shops, lodging, and services so visitors know where to eat, stay, and shop locally. Additionally, it will feature businesses that can assist a family with mourning, but also with celebrating the life of the veteran they're interring. A place where large families can gather together in our community to celebrate their loved one. According to Google, a family spends $500 to $5,000 on a celebration of life. Our brochure will encourage those families to host those celebrations here in North Pole, sourcing the expenses such as catering, decor, printing of memorial flyers, and other expenses here in our home. Several community organizations offer the needs these families will have during this difficult time. We intend to highlight that as families may be traveling great distances during a very difficult and emotional time. The brochure is a simple but powerful way to keep dollars in our community and showcase what makes North Pole special while wrapping our arms around grieving veterans' families and showing them the North Pole kindness we display in our Christmas spirit that lives all year round in our community. Second, we want every veteran's resting place to reflect the respect that they deserve. The cemetery will be a direct reflection of our hometown, the Solcha North Pole community. This means wreaths, flags, and seasonal decorations sourced from local businesses right here in North Pole. By doing this, we honor our heroes while directly supporting the local economy. We've already connected with businesses listed as the North Pole Community Chamber of Commerce and the City of North Pole's business directory to source the materials needed to decorate the graves locally. The wreaths will be assembled and will have a special touch, including a ribbon made here in North Pole, boosting economic development of small businesses. When you support small businesses, you support families that live and thrive here in North Pole. They in turn spend their income where they live. This keeps the dollars circulating in our small community, achieving the intent of the bed tax grant. This project is not just about remembrance, it's about economic development. Families visiting the cemetery will use the brochure to find local businesses, increasing revenue for hotels, Airbnbs, and other lodging accommodations, restaurants, caterers, and shops, as well as care centers such as Katie's Way for mental health and grieving. Perhaps Dr. Jack's Chiro will receive a patient that needs an adjustment before or after a long car ride or flight here. A family may decide to have dental work done that they've been putting off since they will be in town from their remote area where they normally reside. Or they'll schedule their annual eye appointment for the same time frame that they'll be in town because it's convenient to accomplish many things while they're already here. North Pole has more to offer than retail therapy. The mental and physical well-being of travelers is equally important to their shopping needs, which can all be found here in the City of North Pole. We are building and fostering business partnerships by sourcing wreaths, flags, and decor from North Pole vendors. We keep money circulating in our community. In addition to the funds that will pour into the community, the sense of working together, common purpose, and building the community of like-mindedness will be fostered and bolstered. When we work together, we are better. The tourism boost. The cemetery draws visitors from Alaska and beyond. By promoting local businesses, we turn those visits into economic opportunities. North Pole is known for its unique charm and sense of community. This project reinforces those values by honoring veterans, which is 8% of our local population. Every grave will be decorated with dignity. Supporting local businesses, our brochure and sourcing strategy ensure that businesses benefit from increased visibility and sales. Strengthening community identity. Visitors will leave with a positive impression of North Pole as a welcoming, patriotic town and want to visit us again, hopefully driving at a minimum annual visits to their loved one's gravesite and promoting the opportunity to visit, promoting the opportunity to turn their visit into a vacation here in North Pole. As we approach America's 250th birthday, I can see and feel this sense of growing patriotism among Americans. North Pole can benefit from this patriotic feeling initiated by our forefathers, standing on the same principles you're serving for on this committee. Additionally, you could be establishing something unprecedented here before, heritage tourism, as people seek meaningful places tied to history and patriotism. Our project, both decorating the graves and providing a North Pole business-specific brochure, aligns perfectly with our city's values and vision for growth, as well as hits the target 100% the intent of the bed tax grant. By supporting our project with this grant, you're helping us create a program that honors veterans' service, strengthens local businesses, and promotes tourism, and the ripple effect is so much more than that. If you're unable to support the grant fully, any funding is appreciated. American Legion Post 99 is ready to lead this effort, and with your help, we can make it a reality. The cemetery project is estimated to cost $17 million. It will have 350 crypts, 250 in-ground burials, and 600 columbarium niches. By the way, you're getting a first look. Veterans and the local community have not even seen those pictures at the cemetery. I just got them last week. It's estimated 11,000 veterans will be laid to rest here. Our project and your support will be more than just for those 11,000 veterans and their families. You will be directly contributing to economic development and promoting tourism in North Pole. The cemetery is slated to receive veterans in 2027. We need to purchase wreaths, order flyers, postcards, and other materials in 2026 to place them when the cemetery opens. Waiting until it opens will be too late. The cemetery opening is going to draw a very large crowd. There are veterans' families already waiting to intern their loved ones there. You should be proud to know supporting our project with the 2026 Bed Tax grant funds will ensure when the cemetery opens and the veterans will immediately have a grave marker wreath, and it will be bought and made in North Pole, Alaska. Importantly, this initiative is low cost and high impact. The cemetery will generate visitation regardless. Our role is to ensure that those visitors are intentionally connected to North Pole's economy rather than bypassing it and heading to Fairbanks. Beyond the economic impact, this project reflects our community's values. North Pole has long demonstrated strong support for veterans and military families. By welcoming cemetery visitors with information about our local businesses, we send a message. We honor your loved one, and we welcome you here. With the right promotional materials in place now, we can establish North Pole as the natural hub for those visiting the cemetery versus staying in Fairbanks or other places. Thank you for your time and your consideration of this targeted use of bed tax funds that aligns directly with tourism promotion and economic development of the North Pole community. It leverages a new regional asset and ensures North Pole benefits. I welcome any questions, and I look forward to working with you on this project.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for your presentation. I do have a quick question.
Sure thing.
So I just wanted to confirm you were asking for a little over $22,000 for wreaths, correct?
Yes, ma'am. For the wreath and the brochure, all of it combined.
All of that combined
Yes,
is
ma'am.
equal to $22,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other discussion, questions?
Where's it gonna be located?
It's up 3.5 miles on Johnson Road in Soldier is where the cemetery is.
For the chair, when is it opening?
February 2027. It is opening in 2027.
What month do you know?
It is undetermined at this time. Groundbreaking starts as soon as the snow melts this year.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, is that all? Thank you for your
Thank
presentation.
you. And sorry, just last comment. The papers in front of you are the things that our post has done in the last 15 months. So you can imagine the things that we're going to do in the future with you guys.
The next presentation, we could then move on to the North Pole Grange Gallery and Studio. Let me know when you're ready to start your time.
Is anybody here from the Norfolk Grange Gallery and Studios?
No.
I'm John Poirier, president of the Grange and the Grange Gallery. These are two distinct organizations, each one with a totally different purpose. Caitlin has already presented the Grange's efforts for the July 4th America 250 event. I will present for the gallery, and I'll be assisted by Daphne Halschultz. We're proud to be the only art gallery in North Pole and one of the few art galleries in the interior of Alaska and operating entirely with volunteer effort. We're classified by the North American Industry Classification System as an organization primarily engaged in the preservation and exhibition of objects of historical, cultural, and educational value. Within that definition, we are defined as a gallery other than retail. This category includes art museums, fine arts, and contemporary art galleries, community museums, and any gallery whose primary purpose is exhibition rather than selling art. The Grange Gallery's corporate purpose is to preserve its history. Commercial galleries that sell art as their main activity are classified separately under the classification system. I often refer to the gallery as an agricultural museum and point to the collection of farm equipment and the history of the Grange and the Grange Gallery in Alaska and specifically North Pole. Slide 2, please. That's it. Thank you. We were constructed in the early 60s, shortly after the city of North Pole was incorporated. The building was the same as it was when it was constructed. Next slide, please. Whether you're returning for the 100th time or entering the gallery for the first time, we want time to stop and want your heart to be at rest. We want everyone to have an awesome and place and experience where they can feel like they belong. We routinely host art shows with live music as well as workshops for all ages. We can skip past slide 4, go to slide 5, please. We also serve the hub for fundraising and community causes. For example, we hosted the Fairbanks Library Foundation Brushes to Books Foundation fundraiser, and we were honored to be selected as one of 3 cultural venues for the 2014 Arctic Winter Games. We're deeply grateful to the city's financial support in the past year, and we hope that we continue to receive generous support from the city. Many of you know Daphne Hofschalter as a dedicated school teacher. She is also a longtime resident of North Pole and a generous supporter of the gallery. Daphne is helping to shape our future, and she will now share our goals and priorities.
Thank you, John. Thank you, committee. The application has considerable narrative about our goals, but I would like to just highlight what each one of those goals will cover. To expand the tourism community impact is our first goal. We have a good website, but we need to be updated. We need some software improvements to conduct registration for events, to work with our artists. The data entry is complicated and beyond what some of our current volunteers are able to handle. Our old signs need to be replaced, those that you see there. The backs are falling apart and they're sort of holding each other up. And signs are important because though our building is visible from the highway, it's not clear from in town how to actually get there. So we need more signs, more visible signs, and newer signs. And we'd like to raise awareness because, for example, the hotel could have posters available or remember the date cards that people could pick up that would also let them plan ahead to attend our events. Next slide, please. Safe and secure visitor experience is becoming more and more of a concern. Accessibility is the paramount issue. We're in dire need of an entrance that can accommodate mobility impaired. Our stairs are okay for agile young people or artists, but we need a ramp and we need to rebuild the platform so that when you open the door, people can actually get around it and get into the building. This is a picture of our rear stairs. They've been band-aided several times, but they do need to be replaced to provide safe and easy exit for emergency situations. And also, we've upgraded one of the bathrooms, but the other bathroom is still standard, and so that's another need for our mobility impaired visitors. Next slide. Year-round tourism is a goal, it's a dream, and right now it's not possible. These are examples of some of the things that we've been able to have during our seasonal openings. Moment in Time showcased the work of well-known Ray Bonnell, who gave visitors a taste of historic and sometimes abandoned sites from all around our state. The Art of the Golden Heart made visible purchase works by local artists so that people who are visiting us could take a little bit of Alaska home with them. And we want to expand our calendar to present quality exhibitions during winter hours, but it takes overhead and administrative support, which we don't have at this time, so we're currently closed until spring again. Next slide. Operations and program delivery. This is where you'll see our greatest request is for funding. We have volunteer coordinators, and over time they've improved the gallery, but it's a demanding job, and we really feel that it needs to be a paid position for continuity and for maintaining the quality that we'd like to be known for. We also need to hire services such as cleaning the building on a regular schedule and organizing storage for the growing amount of equipment that we have. Some of it's very expensive and it needs to be well cared for. And we need someone knowledgeable to catalog and oversee secure storage of the donated art collection, which again is growing. It's good that it's growing, but we need to be able to take care of it. As the gallery venue has grown, paid positions have become more important. To assist our loyal volunteers, some of us who are aging out, some of whom are burning out, and so support is important for maintaining the gallery. Next slide, please. We'd like to expand cultural tourism. This is what we are currently known for, and we would like to continue increasing that part of our presentations. We're talking about multicultural exhibits and workshops. Demand for workshops is increasing. We'd like to resume the kids' workshops. They were very, very popular. And the annual Gingerbread House workshop is also well attended. We currently subsidize these events, and so to make them affordable to the community at large, that limits the number that we can present. And so with support, we can present more of them. Whatever the budget will allow is what we hope to do. Next slide. So these are our requests. Advertising and marketing would expand community impact. The priority repair projects for safe and secure experience. Tourism promoted year-round with art shows and experiences. Operations and delivery for high-quality presentations and stewardship of our assets. And cultural immersion through expanded thematic exhibits. Workshops offered for both residents and tourists. We thank you for your consideration. If there are any questions, John will answer.
I have a few questions for you.
Sure.
So I just wanted to confirm, you guys did say you were currently closed, correct? Due to
That is correct. We had to shut down just to save funds. December, January, and February, the building was closed. It will officially reopen Sunday, March 1st. And we'll be back in business, and we'll have our first art show on the 3rd. Friday, it'll be the youth show at the Grange Gallery.
Perfect. Another question for you, let me pull it up. So, in the North Pole Charter 4.09.025, there is a section, if an applicant has the disbursement responsibility for other organizations, they must list all organizations that they also represent. I see that your name is listed on both Grange applications.
That's correct, but the North Pole Grange Gallery is only responsible for the North Pole Grange Gallery. The North Pole Grange is responsible for itself. The North Pole Grange is a club, it's an organization. The North Pole Grange is not asking for any funds to support the North Pole Grange. The North Pole Grange is only asking funds to support.
That was time.
That included all of the questions, Steve?
Oh, that was time. Presentations, the 10 minutes allow for questions and the presentation.
Oh,
Moving forward, we can now continue to Bad Rascals, artisans and
Artisans and artisans.
Artisans and artisans, thank you. Let me know whenever you're ready to start the timer.
Is that okay? I'll be doing my own slides. Okay.
So this is not the slideshow, or?
If you hit allow, I can control it from here. Hi guys, I'm excited to be here again to introduce myself and our nonprofit to New Faces. I'm Lacey Miller. Slide. I don't think it- Thank you. Last year in 2025, myself and a couple of awesome folks founded Bad Rascals, Artisans and Parsons. Slide. But who are we? We're an art collective with a mission to cultivate creativity, strengthen community, and expand access to the arts for all ages and demographics. We're just a small group of like-minded folks with a vision to connect, promote creativity and community. Our values are rooted in love. We strive for creativity and artistic expression for all. We're big on supporting emerging and local artists who so often struggle for recognition and opportunity and exposure. But why does this matter? Because there's a community need for the arts. According to AmericansForTheArts.org, 81% of Alaskans agree that the arts have a social impact and improve the quality and livability of their communities. Right now, art-centered events are limited for both locals and tourists. In addition to that, our kids need access to the arts in the form of materials for expression and creative development, as well as mentorship. North Pole needs opportunities for community engagement, especially engagements without prerequisite. We can feed those needs. We aim to build sustainable infrastructure for youth access to materials and mentorship, and also create a destination arts event that draws visitors while simultaneously fulfilling community members' needs. Bad Rascals is asking for help in the coming year to bring our dreams to fruition. Our request can be broken into 3 parts. A vendor and community art event titled Fifth Ave Arts, a material distribution event we like to call Supplies, which will also feature local art vendors and art mentors. And finally, a stipend for labor support to help make everything happen. Fifth Ave Arts is a vendor event in which we aim to showcase 20+ local artists. It will be an Art in the Park event where community members and tourists will have the opportunity to walk through Fifth Avenue Park while being surrounded by creativity and comfort. This event will coincide with North Pole's 4th of July parade and celebration, which will help draw even more visitors to all of the events that occur in our community that day. In addition to art vending, this event will also serve as an art material drive for our future material distribution events, as well as feature a free store for youth creatives to distribute materials we have collected thus far, which is actually way more than we had expected. The requested amount will provide us with the ability to cover logistics of licensing and insuring the event, as well as allow us to start accumulating reusable materials for future arts events, to include canopies, tables, and signage. This will allow us to be better equipped to serve our community with consistent arts events. Our next initiative of 2026 will be our Supplies event. We will have some donated materials and funds from our previous event, as well as a $200 donation from an art material company called Dick Blick. But being our first main distribution event, I foresee we'll need a bit of help to make sure this event will fulfill its expectations of equitable distribution to our local youth. We aim to be equipped to distribute packages of materials to 300 plus children, but I wouldn't be surprised and we'd be elated if it were much more. The requested amount will cover logistics to include permits, insurance, venue, as well as materials and heated storage for said materials, which is proving to be a necessary component of this initiative. As of right now, all the donated materials are occupying a significant portion of my living room, which is a blessing. This will also serve as an art vendor event, but with a primary focus on young creatives, up-and-coming artists, as well as local artists with a mentorship spirit, those of which have proven to be plentiful. Lastly, we need labor support for these events, the backbone and muscle to make it happen. The support will ensure timely setup, tear down, and cleanup. Our impact can be huge, both economically and socially. With the draw of additional tourists during Fifth Ave Arts, we can encourage spending at local restaurants, businesses, hotels, and also encourage attendance to other events in our community that day. This will help position North Pole as a recurring arts and culture destination, growing tourism exponentially. Our community also will thrive. In addition to providing art supplies to our children, we can strengthen North Pole's image as a youth-focused community and an art-focused community, building pride among our local artisans and residents or partisans. This isn't just a one-and-done idea. We aim for long-term impact and sustainability. We'll establish traditions around art vending events, increasing frequency as we grow, build infrastructure to sustain these events, and expand organizational capacity and volunteer support. I'd love to watch our city adjust its trajectory towards a more art-based community. I believe we all could thrive in doing so. Here's a little recap of the requested funds for Fifth Ave Arts, vendor event and material drive, for supplies, art material distribution and vendor event, and for labor support for both. The responses we've received thus far are monumental. We've been contacted by several individual artists offering their support and help in future endeavors. So many kind words of encouragement have come through from countless supporters and donors. In addition to that, we have the consistent support from several Fairbanks-based businesses that have a far reach in the art and art patron world, to include all of our donation station locations, the Art Center, Lycan, Luminary Salon, Forever Linked, and most recently the Bear Gallery, but also new opportunities are being presented consistently. In the coming month, you will see Bad Rascals' presence at Fairbanks Arts Up with Art Show, which will serve as a phenomenal opportunity for advertising upcoming events to young creatives and their family. In addition to that, we're pursuing an opportunity to take part in Sweet Mercy Tattoo's March Flash event, another opportunity to broaden our reach, remaining consistent in our mission to eliminate borders and create an art family that is unbiased, based in love, and a shared love for the arts. Our community has the opportunity for growth on a micro and macro level, short-term benefits and long-term benefits, and I'd love the opportunity to help facilitate this growth.
Thank you. So I had a question for you. So you did participate in the last year's 4th of July event, or will you just be coming out this year?
So the Fifth Ave Arts will actually take place at Fifth Avenue Park, which is owned by the borough. I did not participate last year.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think that was it. Thank you. Moving forward, we can now proceed with the North Pole Chamber of Commerce. Let me know when to start the time.
very much. Hello, I'm Karen Lane. I'm the manager of the Welcome Center for the North Pole Community Chamber of Commerce. Behind me is Howard Rixey, and he's our current treasurer of our board of directors, and Teresa Renson, who is our board president this year. Next slide. So our board, this was from our first presentation. So if you go to the next slide, we do have new board members that joined us in January. So Brooklyn Trigg, Howard Rixey was reelected, Mavis Cohn, who has a small business here, and also Misty was reelected to the board. So they started in January 26th. And next slide. So our bed tax request is in support of the Welcome Center construction. Right now, we operate the interim Welcome Center that we opened last January. And then also marketing and event support. So next slide. We are, our board of directors, of course, is 100% volunteers, plus we have other volunteers that help do events. Diverse in our backgrounds, eager to shape our community and make us ready for what the future will bring. We receive funding from membership dues, individual donations, gaming, Lotto Alaska gives us donations, a couple donations. We also sell lotto tickets at the Welcome Center. Lots of locals come in and buy those, and we get 10 cents for every number that we sell. Also event fees, we operate 2 bazaars a year, corporate business sponsorships, and bed tax grant, which we've gotten from the city of North Pole, and other grants and foundations. Next slide. So we call the community from the back gate of Fort Wainwright, down Badger Road, into Salcha, and then also Chena Hot Springs Road from Nordale Road to Chena Hot Springs. So that's what we call the community. And as you know, we do operate that Welcome Center in the parking lot of the mall. Next slide. We give people a reason to visit, live, and thrive in North Pole, and are happy to do that. And we get lots of locals in the Welcome Center along with visitors from around the world, and it's always fun to talk to everybody. Next slide. This is how we can contribute to the economic development of North Pole. Next slide. Together, we're leveraging our community's future, empower vision and residents and businesses, bolster quality of life, and market and foster events. And the next slide shows you 160 events that we helped market last year, and also produce several events. Next slide. So we do radio, TV, advertising. We do radio interviews, business cards, brochures. We partner with Eielson and Fort Wainwright. We're in several visitor guides, info cards, community calendar, Facebook and Instagram. We also have the chamber website, which keeps getting improved all the time, and the roundabout marquee we operate. And the next slide is our 2026 welcome guide we're working on right now. It's actually going to go to the final touches next week, and will be out at the end of May in time for Cruising with Santa. And so last year we did 5,000 copies, and we'll probably be doing more this year because we ran out last year. It's very popular. Next slide. If you didn't know, we started in August doing all things North Pole Activity Bulletin. This is done every week, every Saturday. Anybody can submit an event that is on there, and it focuses on anything North Pole. We put a lot of the different activities from churches, from the schools, and like I said, that's emailed out every Saturday. If you are not part of that list, just go to our website, northpolechamber.us, and you can quickly sign up and get that every Saturday. Also, we mentor new businesses. There are so many business licenses in this area, and so one of our goals is to get them to be a brick and mortar. We, as Jomo said, we did part of their program last year to help mentor businesses. Going to do it again starting very soon. And also a lot of our luncheons, we do a luncheon once a month. Those luncheons are also help with people who may need business advice. And we also meet with independent businesses that are thinking about becoming a business, and give them advice also and help with mentoring them. Next slide. So this is our dream. The big dream is to do the permanent welcome center, have whole grounds all mentored and beautiful, and arch and everything that we would dream about in a 2,000 square foot welcome center. The next slide. So, as I said, we are a great host to visitors and locals alike. We have lots of locals that come in just to find out what's happening or to get a cup of coffee, just chat up a little bit. And so we are here for that and many other opportunities. The next slide. So then if you go, these are some of our sponsors so far with the Welcome Center. And on the next slide, as you can see, cash to date, we've raised $124,000 in kind pledges. Also, we would sell the Welcome Center we're in right now. We do have 3 people that want to buy that building when the permanent Welcome Center is built, and so that would be some of our income also. And we praise the community for helping us raise money so far. Next slide. So the Welcome Center, again, these are our sponsors so far. We also do, as I said, Christmas past dinner, Mardi Gras, and other events. Next slide. So Cruising with Santa is going to be coming up along with our Spring Bazaar. We do Winterfest Bazaar, Christmas celebration, the Firecracker Run in June, the 4th of July Parade, and the Santa's Friday Night Market. If you were not there last summer, we do it every Friday. We have lots of different local vendors. Also in our Welcome Center, we have local artists that have their items there, and once a month they get paid for what has been sold that month. So the North Pole, next slide, sorry, North Pole Community Chamber of Commerce is proud to contribute to the growth, promotion, and the future of North Pole. We are an economic engine. Any questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Have a good weekend and a good evening.
We will now be moving on to the world's biggest backpack. Whenever you are ready, step up and let me know when to start the time.
I don't have a presentation, it's just me, so we can begin. My name is Stephanie Wyman. I am the founder and director of World's Biggest Backpack. We are a nonprofit civic organization that believes that when students are resourced with the supplies they need for success in the classroom, everyone wins. Not just the students, but teachers, families, and our community as a whole. We are based here in North Pole, and since our launch in 2013, we have given away over 14,000 backpacks filled with school supplies to students throughout the borough and beyond. What's unique to Backpack is that all students can receive supplies. There are no income and no school restrictions. Students from public school as well as long-standing private schools, we know many of those from Fairbanks, make the drive out to North Pole, receive supplies on Backpacks Give Day each year, which is an annual event held here in North Pole on a Saturday in August when all the backpacks are distributed. We are fully volunteer run. Our funds for backpacks and supplies are solely through grants and contributions from our community, and all donations are used to support our 4 key purposes, which are to equip students, empower teachers, support schools, and build families, ultimately experiencing a healthy community filled with a generation of world changers. Because at Backpack, we do believe that every child deserves a champion. And for a number of years, the City of North Pole, through Bed Tax Grants, has been a very significant partner in that success for students. Bed Tax Grants have provided backpacks, pencils, crayons, glue, paper, binders, food, and more. And that is for students both within and outside of the greater North Pole area, regardless of need. And your partnership matters, because the National Retail Federation in 2023 reported that families with children in elementary through high school will spend an average of $890.07 on back-to-school items per student each year. That is a record-setting high. And that doesn't include winter gear for climates such as ours. In fact, 94.5% of teachers report that access to free school supplies for their students positively impacts their ability to meet those students' educational needs, which in turn offers greater educational success for students, increased partnerships between schools and community, and ultimately a stronger and healthier community. And this is an incredible opportunity, I believe, for Backpack and the city to continue to partner together. But we all know that this is the second presentation for all of us as grant applicants. And and that Backpack specifically has come under fire with misinformation. And so I do think it's important that we clear the air. At the 12/15/25 City Council meeting, Councilmember Brandt said in regards to Backpack, quote, "Obviously, it's a social services organization," end quote, indicating that we do not qualify for this grant on that alone. I'd like to bring forth the correct information at this time. We do not conduct eligibility screening, income verification, case management, or provide ongoing assistance, which are the defining characteristics of a social services organization. We are not a social service. Rather, we are a faith-based, nonprofit, volunteer-driven community engagement event that functions as a large-scale guest experience and civic activation initiative, substantiated by the state of Alaska NAICS sector code, which is on our business license. By the state, we are sector 81, specifically 81329, which is grant making and giving. This sector applies to organizations whose primary purpose is charitable, religious, or community-based organization and outreach. The state clearly distinguishes this from sector 62, which is reserved for entities that are social services, including medical care, counseling, housing programs, case management. Therefore, NAICS confirms that we operate as a community organization, not a social services provider, as defined by the state of Alaska. There's more information on that at commerce.alaska.gov. The grant also stipulates that the use of these funds contributes significantly to the growth and promotion of the city of North Pole. We have brought nationwide attention to our city through national publications and statewide recognition. Documented, I have it on paper, 3,000 plus people attend Give Day each year, making it one of the largest events in North Pole annually, surpassing the city of North Pole population count. In 2025, 75.6% of the students served, that was 866 out of 1,145, were from outside the greater North Pole area. And each brought an average of 2 adults, meaning 2,598 visitors who do not live in the North Pole area came from outside of North Pole area to North Pole just for this one-day backpack gift event. Bucko's Coffee in Fairbanks promotes the event for an entire week prior, encouraging their customers to visit North Pole on Give Day. Secondly, the grant funds are used to supplement a successful ongoing program, another requirement of this grant. Again, founded in 2013, we have operated consistently for more than a decade. This is a proven event with measurable outcome. Fully 1/3 of Give Day volunteers travel from outside the greater North Pole area to serve in 2025, out of a total of 91 volunteers. We have documentation that families come from Delta, Tok, Fort Yukon, Dillingham, and Anchorage every single year. One of our volunteers even flies in from Florida every single year, stays here in North Pole because of the impact Backpack had on their own family in prior years, and she comes back to serve every single year. Backpack has a proven record of partnership with businesses and community organizations, including UAF and North Pole Zone Fire and Police Departments. Families are intentionally connected to ongoing civic life in our community through community and business booths and information on Give Day, of which there are upwards of 30 local businesses and organizations represented from North Pole each year. And third, the committee is asked to consider economic development and tourism impact. At the same December meeting, 12/15/25, Councilmember Rolfe said, and I quote, this is verbatim, "Title I schools, which are your low-income schools, anybody who's coming out for that 9 times out of 10, they're coming out, they're getting the school supplies, and they're leaving because they don't have the extra funds to be spending the money in the city of North Pole. That's why they're here, to get the free school supplies. They can't afford to buy the school supplies for their kids," end quote. A few moments later, she then said, quote, verbatim, "People who cannot afford school supplies are not going to come out and get school supplies and then go spend money somewhere else because they don't have the money for that," end quote. I believe that not only is this statement denigrating to the people that the council serves, it shows a clear misunderstanding of Title I schools, most of whom serve military families. It does not take into account students from private schools who are served from Backpack from both North Pole and Fairbanks, and it is actually in direct contrast to the following statement that I have from Diana Miller, manager of Three Bears for 15 years, and she said this of her Three Bears location in North Pole, quote, Over the years, we have greatly benefited from the activities and programs sponsored by Summit Church, one of the most impactful being the backpack giveaway of school supplies. During this event, we experienced an increase in revenue from families stopping in for food, sweets, and treats. As a business operator, I am thankful for the additional opportunity to increase revenue from this program and activities." End quote. Backpack does exactly what our city wants to support. It draws people into North Pole, it encourages them to be involved in the community, it economically supports the city, and it makes a positive difference for thousands of students and families. Because at the end of the day, Backpack is about partnership, it is about community, and it is about health. So I am requesting the city's continued partnership. Your support is truthfully vital to continue to do what we do. The funds that we are requesting will specifically help us purchase 2,000 backpacks, Ticonderoga pencils for 2,000 students, a full pack, and earbuds for 2,000 students. These are the top 3 most requested items by teachers, students, and families district-wide. We operate solely based on community donations and grants, such as this one, as a civic initiative. Our entire team is volunteer, and we are very thankful for the generosity of the City of North Pole, because bed tax funds do make a difference in providing all of these supplies and in helping our local children be successful in school. And because of you, because of this committee, because of bed tax, not only can we ensure every student has the school supplies needed for success, but that they are met with compassion, kindness, and excellence. Because while the supplies do make all the difference, it is this city that welcomes them in. So I want to thank you for making a difference. Thank you for being our partner. Thank you for believing in the next generation. And thank you for choosing to change lives, one pencil at a time. You can see pictures of our event at Instagram, World's Biggest Backpack. And if you would like this copy of our state business license, I'd be happy to provide that for you as well. Thank you.
Thank you. We have 9 seconds for questions.
The question's gonna take longer than 9 seconds, so.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay. We will now be moving on to our last presentation of the North Pole Football Booster Club. Let me know whenever you're ready to start the time.
You have a presentation from last time. I was updating on my computer and I was like, he's not gonna happen. All right, hey, I am Coach Hollett. I have been in this community for my whole life, and I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for trying to make this happen. It's really cool. Really proud of you for stepping up and being in the chair. It's really awesome. I am head football coach over at North Pole High School. I'm also the activities director, and I'm here to ask for funds. Last year we participated in this, and you guys were super generous. We were able to buy a scoreboard, and this year what we're looking for is to put the scoreboard up, to be able to install it. We believe that our North Pole kids should have nice things, and that they should be proud of the facilities that they operate in, that they are a part of. I don't know the last time that you came out to a football game. If it's been a while for you, really encourage you to get out there. It's a really cool environment. We have hundreds of people come out. If it's a big local game, we got Lathrop or West Valley out there. Upwards of 1,000 people are out there. It's really cool. We got fireworks going. It's a fun atmosphere. The scoreboard that is currently out there is the original scoreboard. We spent on an entire season of home games. We had 6 home games total, and it operated in the first one and the last one. And so that's really tough. It's tough for our kids to take pride in that. And it leaves kind of a, like when you have teams coming in, we never play another team from North Pole, right? Every time we have a home game, it's families, it's communities coming from the outside. We have families coming up from the valley. Obviously, we have families coming out from Fairbanks. We have families coming up from Soldotna. And when the scoreboard's not working, right, it leaves a mark, right? It's something that they remember about our community. So we believe investing into our community shows pride in what we're doing at North Pole, and helps us provide a better product and a better vision of what we believe that we can offer. We also have a ton of North Pole families come out that don't have kids at the high school yet. If you come to any of our games, you're going to see a bunch of elementary kids, a bunch of middle school kids running around. Those are our future patriots. And when they see our facilities, right, that leaves an impression. I'm not sure how much you know about our school district and how kids operate and families can pick and choose, but an 8th grader going to high school can basically choose any high school to go to in the interior. So everything that we do at the high school really is like showcasing what we are, what we believe in, the investment that we're giving to our kids. And so when those families see scoreboards not working and they can go across town and see Lathrop's facilities, they can see Lathrop's big scoreboard. Now it's fairly new, right? They got a big grant, or not a grant, but money was pumped in when they put the field in over at Lathrop. So they have a nice new scoreboard, they have a nice new press box, and when you compare it to ours, you want to click 2 slides in, I think it's 2 more from there. There we go. So that's what ours looks like. I don't have a picture of Lathrop's, and then our press box is going to go to the next one. So that's what our press box looks like. So that press box has been there for about 40 years. I know it was there when I was there 20 years ago as a player. So it's a really old press box. It's not really safe. I kind of keep that under my hat because I want to keep using it. And if I say anything to the district, then they're going to be like, well, you can't use it then. So we have to be able to keep using it, right? But that's what it currently looks like. Right, and so you have people sitting around it, people with a vision of what North Pole is. And so we just want to be able to upgrade it. We want to be able to do the things necessary. The funding for education has been hit and miss recently, and so our booster club that helps the football program, we have taken it upon ourselves to try to improve our facility as much as we can. Right, our booster club it's volunteer parents. Basically, all my coaches are volunteers, right? We're out there because we want the kids to have a great experience. The parents that are part of our booster club want the kids to have a great experience. Every dollar that we spend as the booster club is raised through our parents. So everything that you guys can help us with helps take that burden off of our families and makes it to where we can travel, we can go other places, we can make sure that our pads are up to date, the bill for our helmets to get them reconditioned and to continually buy just 10 helmets is about $8,000 every season. So we have other expenses that we really have to work through, and so everything that you guys can give towards improving our facilities makes a big difference. It puts North Pole in a better position, gives us a better product that we're putting out there for our people who are coming into our community, and it helps us keep those young kids that are going to grow up and get to choose what high school they go to. It keeps them in our community as well, right? That better product. So really it's helping businesses, it's helping our community, it's helping North Pole be North Pole. And I'm a big believer in this community. I chose to come back here to raise my kids here after being raised here. I think this is the place to be. And I think our kids deserve nice things, right? And to take pride in the facilities that they're in, to take pride in their school that they're going to and that they're playing for. High school is a pretty short experience, and we want it to be the best experience for each of these kids that we can possibly make it. Our facility is not just for our football games. Our flag football team uses that as well. They host 6 to 8 games, depending on the season. This year they are hosting the regional conference tournament. So we're going to have every team from the Valley. There's 4 teams coming up from the Valley to be there. We're going to play like 8 flag games in 3 days. And we're doing it at our school. The tournament was held at the turf fields in town. We don't want to hold it at the turf fields in town. We want to be able to hold it in North Pole. We want those people coming into North Pole. So we want to have that scoreboard. We want to have a new press box. We want that stuff ready to go when we're hosting this tournament and put on a good show for them. This last year we also hosted the championship game for the little football guys. So we had like 4 different games going on in one day. And that was a really cool experience. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a cool experience for those little guys. They can't go play at the Dallas Stadium or whatever, right? They can't hold those championship games there. But hey, we can try to make it a good experience for them. So big believer in the community, big believer in our youth, and I just think investing in our kids is the way to go. And we get to pull people in from out of town. Coach Bailash at Lathrop, he's always showing, every time he comes in, he takes a picture of going to Pagoda. It's his big thing. He wants to stop by Pagoda. He was born and raised in Milestone, lives in Fairbanks now. That was his choice, but he uses that to come out here and kind of the thing from his growing up, the thing from his time that he spent out at North Pole. That's what he likes to do. So, and I know other people that come out and do the same thing. So that's my presentation. That's my ask. I think our football team does a good job of being a part of our community, and that our community should work to give back to them as much as possible.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You said you did buy a new scoreboard and it's not out?
We used the funds from last year to purchase the scoreboard. We got $25,000 from the bed tax grant last year. Patriot Fireworks and sponsored getting the scoreboard up here. We used their shipping through, they ship Connex's up, we put the scoreboard in that, so they helped us out. We were about 10 grand short, but we came up with it through sponsorships and Booster Club funds. And to put the scoreboard up, we have to completely redo the foundation. It's heavier, and in order to be able to code the current foundation of the scoreboard, it's not good enough. So we have a quote from a local business, Grady's Construction. They gave us a quote for it. Their base quote of just a concrete pad, they said it's more concrete than they use for most houses. So it's a huge pour because it has to hold up to wind. Like you got this big wind sail out there, right? The wind's pushing on it. So it's this huge footer. It's a mass amount of concrete. And so we got a quote from them. So part of this money would go to help pay them to come in and do it. We also have a quote from Universal Welding. They're still up in the air if they're going to donate it or if we're going to have to buy it from them. But the steel beams are about $8,000 to mount it onto. You need 3 really big steel beams in order to mount it. And then we got to do some dirt work and some other things. And then we're hoping to be able to buy materials for the press box and have volunteers work to build it. I worked with Coach Billy Connor, who's been a long time North Pole guy. He's an engineer up at UAF, and he had his kids, some of his engineering students, they designed some press box for us. So we're gonna get some engineered plans together and the materials necessary to build a new press box. Yeah.
I don't have a question. I have a comment. I guess I don't. None of my kids are in football, but I've been on many Major League football and baseball stadiums in America, including Dallas Cowboys several times on the floor.
So you're just gonna brag.
And everyone knows that looking up at the scoreboard is something everyone does. And North Pole football is a return on investment higher than most.
Time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I think now would be a good time for like a 10-minute